Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jeff with the OP Overwatch Podcast. In this week's episode of our podcast, we did a character breakdown on Symmetra, and I mentioned that I'd be putting up a video just to sort of provide a demonstration of some of the tactics we were talking about in the podcast. So this is that video as promised. So really quickly, just jump right into it here. You can see playing on Hanamura. Map knowledge is one of the things we stress this week. With Symmetra, it's especially important. So I'm set up in this small room right inside the main choke point, the main gate. You know the attacking team is going to come through this choke point. So I've set my turrets up. You can see how I've laid them up on the wall, on the ceiling. You want to kind of spread them out and just make them as hard as possible to identify and to hit. And here comes their first push. Down goes Reaper. Here comes the rest of them. So you can see I'm mainly using the right click here, just charging up these orbs and firing them at the team. They're hard to aim at one person, but when you know the team is moving behind Reinhardt's shield, they're going to be moving slower, and those orbs will actually go through Reinhardt's shield, so you can really do damage to their whole team if they're moving up slowly like they just did there. One of the main things that we wanted to stress, aside from map knowledge and setting up in the right spot, turret placement is important. Being in the small room is important. I think it plays to Symmetra's strengths. Her left click, which I don't use a ton in this video because it was a pretty dominating win, but her left click is only a 5-meter range, so being in a room like this is ideal for engaging enemies. They're not going to be able to come at you from across the courtyard and beat you while you can't fight back. So setting up in the right spot is important, and once you get locked on with that left click, you just basically want to jump around like a maniac. As long as you're pointed anywhere in their general direction, it's going to stay locked onto the target and keep doing damage. Meanwhile, you can make yourself as hard as possible to hit, so it's a really effective way to take people out one-on-one with Symmetra. The other thing I wanted to mention, you can see I've already put it down in this match. It was up almost immediately, but her ultimate, the teleporter, it charges up really, really fast, especially when you're doing damage with the turrets and landing some of these orbs. So when their whole team made that first push and they walked into this room and got wiped out, that teleporter went to 100% immediately. So you've already kind of got a base of operations now with these turrets in place where I just moved to the back of this room and put the teleporter up, and it's pretty much protected. So it's something to consider when you place Symmetra on defense. You can really kind of entrench yourself. The last thing, keep her shields up. I mean, there's no reason not to. It's not a ton of absorption, it's 25 health, but I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Your teammates will appreciate it. It's the only way Symmetra can really help her teammates. She can't heal. So this was just a quick video to accompany the podcast for this week. Just wanted to demonstrate some of the content we discussed with Symmetra. This is not the only way to play Symmetra. I believe that this plays to her strengths and covers up most of her weaknesses, so this is how I like to play her usually. But I know plenty of people that play her on attack or that play her much more aggressively, and to each their own. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. For more videos and for our latest podcast episodes, please check out our website, oppodcast.com. Thanks for watching.